I'm back and I want to teach you how you can do your own financial audit. I'm going to give you actually a gift as a part of being in my community and being a part of this. This is exactly how I take a client through starting the process of them doing their own financial audit so that they can start to see their own trends and how their money adds up month after month. To start, before I go through this with a client, we have had several conversations. A lot of these conversations I've already had on my channel. Go back and watch some of them about my own philosophy about managing money. First thing, don't budget. Stop budgeting. If you feel overwhelmed, stressed out, you don't know how to get on top of your finances, you feel like there's more going out than there is coming in, those are all emotional connections to money, and you want to address the emotion of money before you start digging into the numbers. Maybe you need a safe place to do that. I've got lots of opportunities to do that by just listening to people's stories on my channel. You can go back and listen to my podcast stories. I have lots of clients who talk about where they have been financially, where they are financially. I think that could be a great place for you to start to hear that you're not alone. So many people are financially overwhelmed and stressed out right now. What I'm not going to do is point out all the wrong things that you've done with your money. I want to guide you in this video specifically on where to look so you can actually separate fact from feeling. Broke is a feeling. It's not a number. I have clients who come to me who have net worths in the millions who feel broke. Overwhelmed is a feeling. Rich is a feeling. I have people who come to me who have $1,000 in their savings account who feel rich. Okay? So we've got to separate the feeling from the fact. This video specifically is focusing on my 3-month money tracker, which helps you start to look at the facts from a neutral place. You haven't done anything wrong. You're not a bad human being, but we've got to look at it to know what the actual problem is. I've been coaching and mentoring for over 20 years, specifically in the money space for the last 10 years. When it comes to money, most people think they know what the problem is, and especially couples. I have some content here on my channel about couples. Couples think that the other person's the problem, and sometimes it's not that person that's the problem, so we want to get clear on that. This financial audit process is going to help you start to separate feeling from fact and get to know what the actual problems are. For a lot of women specifically, you would think that the spending is the problem. But through this process, you might identify that there's another kind of problem. And for a lot of women, it's under-earning. I mean, come on, it's 2024. We've all experienced huge changes in our cost of living. So we could just say, cut back, stop spending money. But maybe for you today, you need to hear to have more fun. Maybe the stress that is caused in your life, and my producer's on the other side of this camera probably laughing, where her wife is so stressed out, and you could say maybe it's money, but it's actually she just needed to have a little bit more fun, and she was able to create an opportunity for her to do that. So for some of you, maybe it's just that you need to learn how to enjoy a little bit more and make yourself feel bad less often. This process, this audit, can be a good way of doing that without anybody beating you up or shaming you or guilting you. So here's where you want to start. I've got my worksheet pulled up. The way I teach money, I teach business finance. I help people with their businesses, and it's always in this way. Answer the question. What did you make? What did you spend? What was left over? That's all we're working with right now. No judgment on what apps or memberships you have. No judgment on the fact that you love to go to Krispy Kreme donuts. I don't care. No judgment about the fact that you stop at 7-Eleven to get big gulps. I don't care. That is not what this exercise is about. This exercise is about answering one question and one question only. What did you make? What did you spend? And what did you keep? And we're going to look at 3 months side by side. I get this answer a lot for clients, especially during December when I ask somebody to track their December. They're like, well, it's not a normal month because it's Christmas. Listen, December's every year. So regardless of how this falls for your 90-day audit, you're going to see some things that are going to be very helpful for you to help make new decisions, make new choices. But those are your decisions to make too. So if you look at the tracker, always in this order, what do you make? What do you spend? What do you keep? And in my world, I teach it progressively. So first we look at 1 month together. What was last month? So I'm in October right now filming this video. What was September like for you? Go back and audit September. What did you make? What did you spend? What did you keep? And the way my tracker works, it's super simple. You can plug in the numbers and it calculates for you This is an eye-opening experience for most of my first clients because even if they have budgeting apps, so I have a lot of clients who come to me who have YNAB, but it doesn't track in this way because it's not tracking cash flow. It's tracking like all kinds of things. So keep it simple. We want to keep money really simple to get started. So here we have September in this tracker. You're looking at July, August, and September. The way we track our money in my world always is months next to each other because looking at one month is a start, but it's not the whole picture. All right. Some months you get 2 paychecks. Some months you get 3 paychecks. The ebb and flow of different months helps navigate cash flow. So keep that in mind when you get into this tracker. First, start with the last month that just ended. So we're in the beginning of October now. What happened the full month of September? What did you make? What did you spend? What did you keep? And this tracker will break it down for you super simple. So again, I don't know anything about you, but I'm going to simulate this. So let's say that you have your W-2 and in September you made $5K and your partner made the same. Sometimes I have couples that are pretty much on the same page of what they make. So $10K, simple round number. Even if you don't like numbers, it's going to calculate this for you. And then when it comes to spending, there's 2 categories of spending. There's fixed and then there's the variable. Start with fixed first. Do fixed first. Look at what your mortgage or your rent was. So I'm going to assume that you own your home, and today mortgages are pretty high. Let's say that your mortgage is $2,500. Just enter it for September, okay? And then your power bill, which in Vegas has gone up like crazy. Let's say it's $250. Southwest Gas, which is in Vegas, I'm going to estimate based on the last household that I worked with, $97. So you've got mortgage, you've got your bill, your power bill, you've got water. If you're not in Henderson, you've got a water bill. I think actually we do have water bills in Henderson. So let's say $80, depending on the size house that you have. I have one client where their power bill was $900, and I looked at him and I was like, ouch. They're like, I know, we've got 5 kids. Anyway, I digress. Okay. Power, mortgage, water, those are the main utilities that you have. Most of you have a phone bill. So we're going to put that in there. And then you have, you're probably a car payment, depending, I'm just going to put in the middle there, $500. Oh, insurance. Let's make sure we have insurance put in here. Put subscriptions in here. I usually just tally them up as one category, but you can list them all out depending on how detail oriented you are. And maybe it's like $100 a month for your subscriptions, okay? So you're looking at about $4,000 for your bills. This one thing, you guys, if you just start here and you track for September, for August, and for July, what you made and what your bills are, life-changing. Most of my clients make great money. I work with high income earners. I work with people who have never not lived paycheck to paycheck, not because they're not capable, not because they're truly broke, like living under the poverty line broke. It's either a broke mindset that's the problem, or they're just not organized and they need to keep it simple. So if that's you, you're in the right place. Let's keep it simple. And here's what I'm going to show you. So for this household, which is a very common household that I work with, they're making about $10,000 a year. So their bills are $4,000 a month. What do we have left? Well, my tracker says that after bills are paid, you have $6,000 left. That is your ticket to freedom. With $6,000 left, again, do your due diligence, but you're like, wow, we have $6,000 left. So where did it go? I don't care where it went. So what, now what? That is a huge mantra that I teach in my world. And I think that's something that everybody can embrace. Rather than beating yourself up about where it went or how you spent it, if you have the courage to go back and look at 3 months side by side, that's your lifestyle. That's where you're eating out. That's where you're grocery shopping. That's where your entertainment is. Rather than picking each other apart or picking yourself apart and making yourself feel like an asshole for where your money went, if you can look at it from a place of, wow, okay, this is how I'm living my life. Now, break it into 2 categories. What's negotiable? What's not negotiable? As your coach in this moment, it's not up to me to decide these things. It's up to you because I don't have to wake up and live your life every single day. So why do I get to have an opinion about it? But I can take this information and say, okay, what of these things is negotiable? And you can do the same thing. I have one client who I absolutely love. I just adore her. Starbucks is not negotiable, y'all. It's not negotiable. It is her one thing. She's raising baby twins. She's a business owner. It's the one thing that brings her joy. It's the one habit, the one ritual that she has for herself. And it's not negotiable. So again, who am I to say where she gets to spend her money? She works hard for it. But it's through these conversations that I'm having with my clients every single day, we can bring a little appreciation back to our lives, a little humor, a little fun, and a lot more personal autonomy to make choices that feel good. I want to teach you how to make choices that feel really good for who you are. And first, we got to know who you are. So our past dictates a lot for us. We are imprinted at a very young age. You've heard me talk about this before. 0 to 7, then 7 to 14. Those are incredibly important years for us. Who our family was. Were they a broke mindset? Were they a poverty mindset? I don't know. You get to answer those questions. But the very first place for you to start is take the money personality. It's a free quiz that I have. Get to know your own money personality. I didn't make this shit up. It's founded in psychology. Some of you are big dreamers. Some of you have big goals. Some of you would rather hang out in the weeds and the details of life, of the data. Those are very different kinds of personalities. This data is going to confer you power to make new choices. So find out what your money personality is, but also make sure you play to your strengths. And I talk a lot about this on this channel too. Once you've done your financial audit, I want you to do nothing for a couple of days. Your life has been moving in the same direction for your entire life. And if you're in a position and if you're here because you really want to make a change, you really want something different financially, I want you to let this in. I want you to watch some more videos. I want you to get to know yourself first. I want you to have an important conversation with yourself about what's a priority, what's negotiable, what's not negotiable. Look at the tracker. Look at the data. Look at the patterns. And then when you're ready, come back and have an honest conversation with yourself about what needs to change, if anything. Maybe this tracker just gave you permission to keep operating the way you're operating. But if you go through your spending and you specifically are not happy with the results because you're not happy with the results, not because someone told you that you're a dick because of the choices that you're making, come back and look at what you think needs to change. And if you need help along the way, I'll be here. So I hope that this conversation, looking at the 3-month money tracker in a different way, opens up some new possibilities for you. Go through, track your expenses. You can categorize it. If you have questions, reach out. My team and I are here to support you. You can join me for free right now in my Mighty Networks environment. I have a whole community place where you can join for free. That won't always be the case, but you can do that now. Ask us questions. We have free office hours. If you're trying to do this work on your own, we'd love for you to be a part of our community. Ask questions. Get the help that you need so that you can get on your way to living your best life. So if you're here for the first time, I'm Lisa Chastain. I'm here to teach you how to stop budgeting so that you can start living. I'm so glad that you're here. Do the 90-day audit. Let me know what you're learning, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with other people that you think it may be valuable for, and let's keep loving on each other, and let's keep supporting each other. Let's keep winning in life. I'll see you next time.